Okay, so I recorded this once before and it was way too long. It was about 26 minutes. So I'm going to do a much shorter version of this. I did my project on South Dakota State University and its history and kind of the way it's become what it is today. And one of the best ways I thought I could do this was through a blog. And because of that, why I thought that is because of the chronological order I can put things in. Um, the best way to do this I thought was through video. I have a lot of video in here. There's at least 8 videos in here. All but one I had association with shooting, which would be this first video here, which talks about the Campanile. What I thought would work best is obviously the video, and then a lot of pictures. I didn't get a lot of historical pictures with this. A little bit hard to find, especially with South Dakota State University. If I probably would have contacted to the SDSU Foundation, I probably would have had a little bit more success with that. I just kind of delved in a little bit of the history and then the way it kind of took a different path change than maybe what was expected. It didn't become South Dakota State University until 1964. I spoke with a student who later became the dean of nursing, Roberta Olson, on this, and her video is right here. It was actually kind of interesting. This is a video that talks about her personal observations. She came back in 1995, served 19 years, and actually just resigned this past summer. She talks about a program accreditation here, and that's one of the big things with South Dakota State University is it kind of shifted focus back in the earlier days. It went from becoming a university to want to focus on building up. I mean, dealing with budget cuts, it made it through all those cuts, but it continued to grow. There's now more than 100 and I think there's 183 programs that SDSU has to offer, and none of them would be anywhere without getting accreditation, and that all starts through the South Dakota State Foundation and the crazy amounts of money that they've been able to generate coming off a $255 million campaign just a few years ago. The best way I was able to execute this was to just gather as much as I could. I looked around, got some really good interviews. One with Roberta Olson, I shot that last week. I actually did all of them in the same week. I spoke with Wesley Shetter, who works with University Affairs. His video is here. He kind of touches on in this video just how all the needs are now being met. The focus has shifted from building up all those programs to now enhancing student life. This is evident in the later half of my blog post here. This includes going from a focus on, structure buildings. While they still have a 5-year plan right now in place for improving student classroom. The other part of this is that they've now enhanced student life, and that means including 7 more dorms, this wellness center here. They're still improving, structures and academics for South Dakota State University students, and that's evident with the Avera Health and Science Center, which opened in 2010, and also the Davis Dairy Plant, which I produced a news package on this as an undergrad, and you can check out that video here. It explains how it's not just something that fulfills dining needs or somebody's sweet tooth. It's an instructional, and it's going to help prepare students for life after, and it helps keep SDSU students competitive with all other schools. And one other thing to note with that is being competitive with other schools is South Dakota State wasn't Division I just in 2003 when they moved athletically. They were much prior to that, and Roberta Olson also speaks on that. One thing I wanted to point out is I was going to import a video that I shot with Harold Harold Bailey, who used to be the South Dakota State University Vice President of Academic Affairs. That video is not wanting to let me embed into this blog. But this is a campus map. It's a few years outdated. This is I thought it was a great map just to kind of highlight the southeast part of campus. Obviously, none of the new halls are in here. This it's just crazy how this has transformed over the last, 7-8 years. Right here is the barn, and this used to house all the athletics. Now this hosts all the athletics. This is now under all construction. The indoor practice facility will be going here. I touch on the indoor practice facility later, down at the bottom, because it's one of the newest to be going up. Right here, Justin Sell, the athletic director for South Dakota State University, speaks on that. Tyler Merriam does the voiceover. And I actually shot a little bit of video. We use this in-house. Some of this video is just kind of the expansion and the timeline of progress made on that facility. It's crazy how large that will be. Just touching on, again, the focus changing with South Dakota State University. Now there's a focus on enhancing student life, and that means these new halls. Spencer, Thorne, and Abbott all opened back in 2009 and 2010. But now, this last summer, Ben Rifle, Hyde, Honors, and Schultz Hall opened. And I put together this video back in the last week of August of freshman students walking in. I thought it was a pretty good video to explain how students are just becoming more unified, and they're really able to enjoy student life while being at South Dakota State University. I spoke with Mike Lockram, who, not sure if I have put his video in here yet, but it's in this blog here, this playlist of videos. Mike Lockram speaks of how it was supposed to be in here. It's in here somewhere. Of how SDSU is able to enhance all these students' lives, and the focus shifted from not what it used to be be great. It used to be you could go anywhere from here. Now it's be great, start here, and it's not what you could do after. It's now what you can do starting while you're here. And so this is that video. I tried importing that video, and it's not updating me to allow it to do that. But that's fine. I'll figure it out. As far as the issues and obstacles, like I said, it was just the biggest part was kind of filtering through some of the video. I have that video of Harold Bailey, and he spoke. It's just a great interview. You can tell he's a very, very, very intelligent man. And he still lives in Brookings. Been in Brookings for now 62 years. He came in 1951 with his wife on the chance that he thought he would like this, and 2 years turned into 52 years. Like I said, some of the pictures were tough. One way I like to incorporate some of this project with social media is actually through questions and facts. Like if I had a large following, I would ask my followers, "Hey, do you know what this used to be, or what it used to be called, or how much it cost, or why it was originally constructed?" And an example of that would be, Campanile. Why did they build it? Well, the answer is they wanted an iconic structure, and it is by far an iconic structure. It used to be the tallest building in almost the entire state of South Dakota, and it's close to that now. Plus, everybody would climb it, and they could see their house like that. That first video up here, touchdown. That is the one video I actually did not produce. The other, I didn't use a lot of Google Plus association with this video, but the one thing I do like about using this blogger account in the Google Plus is the ability to embed these videos. I'm sure others are able to do that as well, but they they were able to take advantage of that. I'm just going to take a quick gander here if there's anything I need to add here. I think the best, like I said, with that social media and outreaching is just to enhance and kind of intrigue your followers and see if you can get them, involved. If there's any question, that maybe they'd be like, oh, hey, I remember when my grandpa or so and so did this. I didn't use a lot of text. I did a few links in that blog. A lot of that I didn't want to get too over the top with one specific thing. I did some of those links so that if people were interested, they could just go ahead and check those out as well. As far as anything else, feel free to email me with questions.